Welcome to the Tony Gascons Show, best-selling author, celebrity life coach, and international speaker. The purpose of this show is to bring you motivation, inspiration, and education in the areas of life, love, and business. Thank you for joining me. Now let's get started. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Talks with Tony. Got a question today, and it says, "Good afternoon, Tony. First, thanks for all you do and the sacrifices made to give wisdom and knowledge to so many. Thank you so much. Question is, I'd like some insight on how to effectively communicate my needs with a man without coming across negative or complaining. My husband suggests that I'm always complaining when I ask for time or even express my desires and goals for our relationship. I feel like I should always speak flowery and say yes to him. And if my tone is off or I have a concern, then I'm negative. I didn't grow up in a two-parent home and therefore see healthy communication firsthand. Now, by no means do I yell, curse, disrespect, or anything. But Tony, I feel I have no voice unless it's what he wants to hear. I love to talk, laugh, and be silly, but I've found myself holding back my personality for the fear of him saying something negative to me. So I stay quiet, and as long as the house is kept and we discuss business or his desires, he's totally good. I appreciate your advice. Thanks for it all." Thank you so much for writing that question. And man, that really hit me because, I was listening there and I could feel it because as a man, a lot of times what happens is, especially if you're a black woman with a black man, which it sounds like, I can't really tell because you got two different names on here, so I can't really tell. But a lot of men, especially men of color, but men in general, are raised to seek respect, to demand respect, should I say, from men, women, children, dogs, cats alike. Every man wants respect. The thing about it is depending on the example that man saw, that determines how he views respect and if he knows what respect really is. And so that's where a lot of men go wrong and can become controlling. I will tell you, when you have a concern, when you feel a certain way, when you have a response that you want to share, the reason why he gets defensive is because it's one of a few reasons. One reason is we as men hate to feel, we as humans, not just men, we hate to feel inadequate. So when you point out a weakness, when you point out a flaw, when you point out a deficiency in us, in our life as humans, it hurts our feelings because now we feel inadequate. We feel like what we're giving isn't enough, and that affects our self-esteem. So he says you're complaining, and it's really to kind of, brush it off. It's really to deflect. He's trying to deflect and put it back on you to make you feel bad, to manipulate you into not saying anything else, manipulation by guilt, in the words of Dr. Gary Chapman. So that's really what it is. The other thing is how he views respect. So some men, you say you weren't raised in a two-parent home, but you didn't say that he wasn't. If he was, and if he saw any men in their home, a lot of men run their home, like a tyrant, like a dictator. It's my way or the highway. Don't come out your mouth wrong to me. And if you do, you disrespecting me. And we see that. We see that all the time. And so when you say something, he's probably saw a man who was with a woman who could not speak her mind at all. And he saw that as this is how a relationship is ran. This is what a relationship is. This is how it goes. A woman does not have a voice. A woman does not get to speak. As long as a man is working and paying the bills, you shut up and you be happy. And that's how a lot of men see it. And so you have to understand that, and you have to be able to address it. What you have to do is you got to stop worrying about how he feels about this. Because if you know you're not being disrespectful, you say, Tony, I don't yell, I don't curse, and I'm not disrespectful. It's just sometimes I want to voice my opinion. I want to say, hey, could you give me a little more time? Like, I want more time with you. Like, we talk about your work, we talk about your business, but I want more time with you. And my wife said the same thing to me. Hey, guess what? I would like to connect with you in a more personal way. Have you ever thought about having a life coach? Have you ever felt like you needed to be around like-minded people? Are you trying to grow and learn more and push yourself to the next level? If that is you, then my new group is for you. Now in this group, I have over 10 courses online that you can go through at your own pace. You can log out and log in as many times as you like. Inside of the system, you can also send me personal messages that I will personally respond to. We also have monthly power calls. Depending on your level of membership, you have access to the live call where I will share an on-time message and open the line for Q&A. In those same membership levels, you have access to the private Facebook group where you can connect and build with like-minded people to support one another. You also receive 1 to 2 free tickets to the annual conference. So look, I created this for you to remove all excuses. You have no excuse now to remain the same. So visit GasconsUniversity.com, GasconsUniversity.com, and join the group. I look forward to working with you, and we will see you at the top. I can tell you from a male perspective. Now, if he does it at all, like, and pay attention to it, start paying attention to it. So I will listen, all day to my wife, and she won't register it. She will not register it because she has so much to say and so much she wants to talk about. And really what she's talking about is, what a lot of times with women, y'all want to talk about what happened at work, what happened at school with the kids, what happened with your girlfriend. And a man, if he's trying to pay bills, if he's trying to build his net worth, those are the last things we want to hear about as men. And it's our fault, and we have to learn how to balance. We got to learn how to cut work off and take care of life itself. But we get to the place to where we don't want to hear about anything that's not business related, that's not growth related as far as income or personal growth, because we're thinking about net worth. We're thinking about climbing out of the hole. We're thinking about overcoming the rat race, getting the dream house, getting the dream car, having a retirement put up. So that is a man's biggest concern in life. And if he's not there, it's always just going to be eating him alive. And so as a woman, you literally have to kind of, grab him by the shoulders. If you know he's not violent, of course, grab him by the shoulders and just kind of give him a little shake, like a little play. Just give him a little shake. Like, look, listen. I know you're stressed. I know you're worried. I know you want to talk about business. I know you want to talk about all those things. Look, none of that is going anywhere. You're amazing at business. You're amazing at what you do. You're an amazing provider. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about us. I want you to listen to my day. I want to hear about your day. Outside of business, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Where's your mind at? Anytime he talks, it's going to be about business, it's going to be about money. But you tell him, I want you to listen to me. Then you always complaining. Nothing I do is good enough. So these lights on ain't good enough. This water running ain't good enough. The food you just ate ain't good enough. Nothing I do is good enough. Listen. Get over yourself. Get out of your head. Stop being sensitive. And let's have a normal conversation. When you're dealing with a man, you gotta be real. Be real, be raw, be relatable, keep it relevant. You don't have to, just don't raise your voice and don't curse. But you can say anything you want to say as long as you know it's not disrespectful. Like, you don't say to him, why don't you be like Susie's husband? She spends every day with him. They watch a movie on Netflix every night with popcorn and chocolate and grapes and every night. And she comes to work bragging about the movie they watched the night before. Why can't you be more like her husband? That right there, that might get you a divorce paper. That might get you walked on. So don't compare him to another man. Don't call him out of his name. Don't call him a grown boy. Like I use the term, don't do any of that. But just tell him what you want and tell him what you need. And then keep telling him until he get out of his feelings. And when he in his feelings, call him on that. You're in your feelings. Get out of your feelings. I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you as a man. I'm saying that we talked about your business yesterday. We talked about your business some today. Now I want to put that on the back burner and let's just focus on love. Let's focus on us and keep it real. Keep it real with them. And that is how you are going to be able to talk to him. He's going to get it. He's going to hear you. If you express yourself 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and he's still not coming around, he still does not get it, then that's when you have a real problem. That's when there's a lack of respect. There's a lack of love. My wife was sitting there this morning. She was looking at me and she had a look in her eyes and she wanted to talk about something. So I'm going to have to go and talk to her today and talk about what she want to talk about. It could be something that, just mommy stress or whatever it may be. But I'm going to be mindful to listen. And you know why? I'm going to do that because I've learned as a man, that what matters to me does not matter to her. Like, she could not care less about my business and the money I'm trying to make or have made. She couldn't care less. She will appease me and talk about it. But if I give her the floor, we talking about my pre-K 4 son, my 6th grade son, the cross country, the soccer, the Instagram, the YouTube bloggers. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, now this does not apply to my life and my concerns and my goals other than my son's. But everything else, I'm like, I do not want to hear about this. I don't want to talk about this. Like, let's talk about our goals. But this is relationships. This is marriage. And so we both have to realize, we got to learn, like, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about us. So there's 2 things in this, in leading with love. You got to realize it's not about you, but then also realize it starts with you, meaning that you got to start doing the work. You got to start doing the work. And then when it's not being reciprocated, you got to speak on it, but speak on it in a time of peace. Speak on it without crying. Speak on it without, huffing and puffing, but just speak to it. So, hey, I hope that helps you. Thank you so much for sending your question in. If you have a question for me, send it in to inbox@TonyGascons.com. Inbox@TonyGascons.com. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Hey, don't forget to join us on GasconsUniversity.com. GasconsUniversity.com. If you need some extra courses, an extra push, a powerful team pushing you to the next level of success, visit GasconsUniversity.com today.